Assalamu alaikum. Today's topic is D by Huckel limiting law. A topic of electrochemistry. In the previous lectures we had studied about the activity and activity coefficient. We had discussed that if an ionic salt like sodium chloride is dissolved in water, the opposite ions, the cation and anion, they are surrounded not only by solvent molecules but also surrounded by ions of opposite charge. Sodium ion is surrounded by chloride ions and water molecules, and chloride ion is surrounded by sodium ions and water molecules. This ionic atmosphere applies a drag on the ions when they are moving towards the electrodes. As a result, the active or effective concentration is different from the actual concentration. In dilute solution, the active concentration or effective concentration is approximately equal to the actual concentration, but in concentrated solutions, the active concentration or activity is less than the actual concentration, and the activity and concentration are related by the expression A is equal to gamma C or A is equal to gamma plus minus C, where gamma is called the activity coefficient and gamma plus minus is called mean ionic activity coefficient of the electrolyte. Now, if we know the value of gamma plus minus, we can calculate the activity from the actual concentration. Peter Debye and Erich Huckel in 1923 proposed a theory which is based on three assumptions. The first assumption is that the electrolyte is completely dissociated into ions. Second, the solution is very dilute, having a concentration of approximately equal to 0.01 molal. And third, each ion is surrounded by an atmosphere of oppositely charged ions. Now, on the basis of these assumptions, they developed a law which is known as D by Huckel limiting law. It is called limiting law because this law is applicable up to a certain concentration. It is applicable to 0.01 molal, and if the concentration increases beyond this value, then this law fails and it is not applicable, it shows deviation. Now, according to D by Huckel limiting law, the mean ionic activity coefficient of the electrolyte can be determined by the following mathematical equation. Log to the base 10 of gamma plus minus is equal to 1.824 into 10 raised to power 6 divided by dt raised to power 3 by 2 z plus z minus into I under root I, equation number 1. Now, d can also be replaced by epsilon. D and epsilon represent the dielectric constant of the medium in which the ions have been dissolved. Dielectric constant of solvent. T is the absolute temperature or Kelvin temperature. Z plus and Z minus are the charges on the ions or valency of the ions, and I is called ionic strength, and gamma plus minus is the main ionic activity. Ionic strength, we had already discussed that the formula for calculating ionic strength is equal to half summation of all the I ions MiZi square, sum of the molarities of all the ions multiplied by square of the charges on the ions divided by 2 is called ionic strength. And we had already made predictions for different salts. For a salt producing univalent ions, 1,1 ions, for example sodium chloride, potassium nitrate, etc. If the concentration is C, then we had calculated that the ionic strength will also be equal to C. For a 2,1 salt or 1,2 salt, a salt producing divalent ions and univalent ions. For example, in the first case, in case of 2,1, we have the example of calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, and in the second case we have the example of sodium sulfate, Na2SO4, potassium sulfate, K2SO4, etc. For these salts, if the concentration of salt, a concentration of solution, salt solution is C, then the ionic strength is equal to 3C. For example, if the concentration is 0.01 molar, then the ionic strength will be 0.03. Similarly, for a salt of 2,2 type producing divalent ions, a salt which produce ions which are both divalent, like calcium sulfate, calcium oxalate, CaC2O4, etc. If concentration of solution is C, then the ionic strength will be equal to 4C. These were the deductions which we had made from the mathematical expression for ionic strength by taking various examples. So we know the ionic strength if we know the concentration of solution, and the ionic strength changes if we change the molality of solution or if we change the valency of the ions. Therefore, by changing the concentration or by changing the charges on the ions, the ionic strength changes. In equation 1, D is dielectric constant. As most of the electrolytes are dissolved in water and we deal with aqueous solutions, and for water, dielectric constant for water is 78.54, and the temperature at which we perform the experiments usually is 25 degrees centigrade or 298 Kelvin. If we put these values into equation number 1, we get log of gamma plus minus is equal to minus 0.509 Z plus Z minus under root I, equation number 2. Now it is a constant quantity and it can be represented by A log gamma plus minus minus A Z plus Z minus under root I. Now we take some examples to calculate the activity coefficient of various electrolytes. Example 1 is calculate the mean ionic activity coefficient of 0.01 molar sodium chloride solution.